Hello, hello. We are back for some more horse racing. We'll give it just a second, and then we'll get started. I think today we're going to start with a short one, just talking about the sprinter event, and then we're probably going to try that 30-win challenge again. Just because I don't want to leave it unfinished. Plus, it's also in the theme of sprinting, because we're going to use a sprinter to do it. Anyways, why don't we get started with the short little video about the event? I don't know why it never occurred to me before we get started here. I never really understood what these meant until just now. I was like, what are all these other ones actually mean? And then I was like, I saw vodka over there by the race thing, and I was like, hold on a second. So I should put like the actual 3-star horses that we have up there. Okay. Do I have everything else set up? I think I do. Oh, I could change this real quick. Alrighty, well, let's get started with the first little thing talking about the event, shall we? Yo, what's going on? And welcome back to some more Umamusume. Last week, we talked about this Sprinter Stakes event. And we also built a sprinter at the same time that was King Halo, and I think we did a pretty good job in that video. We also talked about the other characters that you could use, which are Sakura Bakshin and Maruzinski, as well as the new character Kuren-chan. So today I kind of wanted to check back into that event, because we're now halfway through, and people are probably realizing whether or not they adequately prepared, and are trying to figure out if they're in a good space or not. So here we are on the last day of Taiki Shuttle's Legend Race. I left all my races today so we can do them real quick. We'll probably won't show the full races, but we'll just like do the view results so we can see how we're actually doing. So we'll go ahead and click on the race. What I have learned from these races is that getting one win is really important, right? Because you get these first win bonuses, which is a lot of the shards, carrots, and money as well. But also what I've come to understand is your place in the race decides how many of these shards actually get. I'm sure that that's kind of obvious to people, but essentially, like, from experience, I've learned that your first few places tend to take one shard each away from the rewards. So you get 7 if you get first place and beat the other legend racer. But I think the lowest you can get is like 3, if I'm not mistaken. 3 or 4. And then the other thing to take into account is if you win, you get a bonus reward. I think it's under here. Yeah, so if you win, you get one of these rewards. Either some money, some, what are these called, support points, or you can get another fragment. which I think maybe a lot of people aren't taking into account that you can get an extra fragment here randomly. Now, I don't know what the odds between these things are, but I think this makes winning even more important, because you could get that extra fragment. You're only getting 7 for the race, and participation is good and all, but getting that actual win could give you a chance to get another, and then obviously the first win is important. But anyways, let's talk about actually how everyone's doing in the race. When we made our sprinter, we made this King Halo. Now, I still haven't figured out if this King Halo is better than my Maruzinski or not yet, because when I use them in PvP, they're pretty back and forth on who actually wins the races. The King Halo obviously has a higher rating by a little bit, and this should be a really good stat line for you to win these legend races, because if my Maruzinski is winning, or is consistently going back and forth with this King Halo, and then is also winning the legend races, you should be able to win with someone of stats at this caliber. So essentially what we did is we win a whole bunch of speed. You probably don't need quite that much stamina, especially for this event, but maybe for actually winning the person's story, you might need more stamina. And then you end up getting a lot of power, which is just nice from getting the speed, and then as much wit as you can get to actually proc your skills. But anyways, this King Halo, probably very good for the event, but what I've been using for everything so far is this Maruzinski. Now, the X factor that this Maruzinski has that the King Halo does not have is we got Sprint to S. Got pretty lucky to get that inspiration and get it to S. So what we end up with here is more wit than what King Halo has, less power, same amount of speed, and then we have less stamina, but the stamina was pretty much just there to make sure that Maruzinski could win her career, essentially. And yeah, with my Maruzinski, it's been kind of weird because for the first races, like the first time you do one of the legend races, you have to watch it, right? And until you win it, I think you have to watch it. Now, both of them, we've had so far King Halo and then Taiki Shuttle. For some reason, I lost the first race. One of them, I got rushed, and that kind of messed up the entire race. But the other one, I just randomly got second. Other than that, I've won every single race. So I don't know if it's just cursed when I watch the race or something. Sometimes I just perform abnormally bad, but every other time I have gotten first place. And I think that a lot of the times my character is favored to get first place. So here we'll just go ahead and show the results I can get. So far, my experience has been that even if I'm bad mood, even if I'm awful mood, I win. But obviously there's a lot of RNG. Now, Taiki Shuttle here is also bad mood, so that means that I'm actually the favorite over her. So we are just going to run the race and expect to win. Now, if you're really concerned about it, you can always just use a parfait to get your mood up to max. Great. Which gets you a bunch of extra stats, right? Like the difference between bad and great is bad gives you -2% of all your stats, whereas great gives you +4% to all your stats. So it'll give you a little bit of boost if you think you're behind, but so far I haven't been using them at all. And we'll just go ahead, pop the results for all of them and see how we're doing. Okay. I swear, I have won every race except for the first one. I kind of expected that this could possibly happen. Now, when we look at the results, you can see that it's very close, right? Like, the other racers aren't really in competition with us at all, but it was very close. We're only half a length behind, and we could always replay it and see what went wrong. But I'm fairly confident here that Maruzinski can win. Now, here's what I was talking about. If you get first, you get 7. Now, if you get second, you lose 1, and I'm pretty sure third, you lose another. And then fourth, I think you lose 1 more. And then after that, I don't think you lose anymore. But obviously, the benefit to getting first is not only you get 7, but you get a bonus reward that could give you another shard, or it could just give you other resources, which is nice too. So we'll run them again. And you want to make sure that you're running them every single day, even if you don't think you can win, just to get these rewards as well, because this will get you just an extra 2 of the shards and resources that you can use. because I know everyone is probably hurting for monies right now. So anywhere you could get money for free is nice. But anyways, we'll run the last two just so we can hopefully get the firsts that I think we should be getting. And here we got normal mood. Where's Taiki's shuttle? She's up here with great mood. She's actually #1 favorite, but I think we'll still win. I don't know why we lost that last one, but you know what happens sometimes. There's a lot of RNG in these races. So there we win the race. She got second, we got first. That's my experience with King Halo was that it was almost always me in first and King Halo in second. My experience with Taiki Shuttle has been it's almost always me in first and Taiki Shuttle in third for some reason. Not really sure what's going on there. But yeah, here you see we get the 7, and then we get victory rewards, which is the monies. In this case, it could also be the support points, or in some cases, you can get another extra shard. I keep calling them shards, but I guess they're called like stars, right? What are they technically called? Star pieces. But anyways, let's run the last race, and then that'll probably be it. Alright, we're normal again. She's bad. I think that should be a victory for us. But again, if you're worried about the event or you want extra rewards, don't be afraid to pop those parfaits. Because I think most people should have an okay amount of them. And you can always get more from the daily shops. So if you are struggling... Okay, so here we got it. Yeah, but if you are struggling to win the races, or you don't think you'll win without it, then go ahead and use them, I would say. It's pretty much like you get 3 a day for 5,000 money each. But yeah, here we got the 8 shards. And then this is the last day of Taiki Shuttle. So this is as many Taiki Shuttle shards as I'm gonna get. It doesn't tell you how many we have from here, but we'll pick up all the rewards. And let's go... We could go over to where you can actually see all of your shards and stuff, in case you don't already know. So when you go to trainee here under advanced, there's obviously the star unlock for characters that you have already, right? So Maruzinski I have. We go here, it shows you how many star pieces she has and how many you need to get up to the next star rank, which would be 4. But in this case, I don't actually have Taiki Shuttle. So if you're looking to see how many you have for a character that you don't own yet, you can always go to trainee here, which I'm not sure if everyone knows about this menu. You can actually unlock characters from this menu, which I think... Oh, I backed out on accident. I think this is going to be a great way for people who play the game for a long time to get a bunch of characters that they don't pull just naturally. And I've already done it once. I think El Condor Pasa, because she was in one of the first Legend Racer events, I actually got her just based off of this, because I didn't pull her yet. But we can look at Taiki Shuttle here, and we have 88 star pieces currently. And you can see here that there's an unlock button. If we were to get to 150, we'd be able to hit the unlock button and just straight up unlock the character. So I think that's a really cool mechanic that essentially after you've done a legend race for someone twice, then you get the character, right? Like you're probably getting about 75 every single time. You can see here I got more already. But yeah, after the character comes around twice through legend races, you probably just have them for free. So I think that's going to be a really good mechanic for getting a bunch of characters in the long term without having to pull them all. I'm kind of curious how it's going to work, because this is the first time there's going to be a new character, like a brand new character in here that's going to give you shards for them. Other than that, I haven't gotten any shards for any of the new characters that released that weren't in the original group of characters. So I don't know how often a character that was released later on is going to come through in legend races, but I would expect, since they already set the precedent, that it can happen. And there's probably like a whole, what am I trying to say, a whole like set of where you could see all the events that they did in Japan, so you could see what legend racers are coming up there. And we already know what the next group of legend races is going to be, but I can't remember them off the top of my head. I just know that Tokai Teo is there. which will be nice, but it won't quite get me there to the 150. So we'll have to see if I can pull out some extra star pieces from somewhere. But yeah, anyways, if you didn't know about this menu, it is a menu where you can just unlock characters once you get enough star pieces. So keep that in mind. Maybe keep track of how many you have, and you can plan ahead. It also gives you an idea of if you should be buying the shards in the daily shops that appear. So far, I've been prioritizing the shards because I want more characters, but you could get 3 of these daily shops a day, and they have 2 shards in each of them. So you're getting 6 shards a day. The shards cost more the higher rarity the character has, or is. So it could cost quite a bit of monies. That's pretty much where my monies have been going at the moment, besides leveling up support cards. So keep that in mind. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. I just wanted to check in on the sprinter event. You saw the stats of the 2 sprinters that I would use for the event. I've only been using Marazinski just because she can do the entire event. But I think the King Halo that I have is also very viable for everything. It might even be better. I haven't experimented with it just because there's nowhere to be like, oh, can I just test without running the actual race? It doesn't really let you do that. But like I said, they tend to go back and forth in PvP. So probably both of them are good. So if you've still been struggling, you can kind of see what thresholds you might be trying to hit stat-wise. And if you can get an actual sprinter S instead of the A that most people are going to be sitting at, then you might even have a little bit extra advantage. And then hopefully you kind of understand how the rewards work now, but definitely make sure, even if you don't think you can win, just run it anyways. You'll get some rewards for it. Like, I remember the race where I got rushed against King Halo, I got 11th. I was like, this is terrible. This really sucks for getting my rewards, but you still got 3 shards out of it. And if you can win in the future, then you'll get a lot more. But 3 is essentially half of the 7. So even if you get like dead last, you're probably getting half the rewards anyways. So participation trophies do exist in this game. Anyways, that's going to do it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. I feel like I always talk too much. Like, we could have done that in like 3 minutes, right? But I somehow made it 15 minutes. But I think there's like decent information, and it's a lot of, I'm answering questions that I had myself going into it. Like those bonus rewards I didn't really get, because people were saying like if you won every single race, the maximum amount of star shards you could get is 88. But you could see there that I didn't win every race and I have 88 star shards. And I don't remember how many I've picked up from shops. But like obviously the random star shard that you can get from the races is going to change that number. So 88 is not the correct number. And I think that probably a lot of people don't necessarily understand when they're giving out information that isn't entirely correct, that it can be a little bit detrimental. Now, part 2 of the stream today. We're coming back for that challenge that we failed last week. Not here. Here. This one right here. We got all the way to 29. We ran out of races to run. Very unfortunate mismanagement on my part. I think we could do better. And I think, like, I'll try and run less G3 races, but no guarantees. I just get baited by them every single time. And it's not like we lost a single race, right? Like, we won all the G3s that I clicked. It's just I mismanaged the career. Even though we were gonna get to max speed anyways, I didn't have to manage it like that. Oh, and we have the click counter is back. It's made its return. It's kind of annoying to do the click counter. I don't know a good way to do it because it's in a browser. And I'm not just going to leave this browser window open at all times, and whenever I need it, I can activate it again, right? But I've also resized the browser to like fit on the other screen without covering up too much stuff. And obviously the part of the window that I'm taking is only the number part. So I feel like I just have to redo it every single time. But you know, maybe it's not actually as useful, because like, have I ever needed a counter before, really? Not necessarily. This is kind of the only thing I had a counter for, just because I thought it'd be like more useful for other people to be able to see where we're at, or like be able to check in, and maybe if you stop paying attention for a second, you can look back and see where we're at. And also it helps me keep track, I think, is the big thing. But I don't think there's a lot of things that I need to keep track of like this, so. Anyways. I think we'll start in our Hall of Fame here. Let me fill up my water just a little bit and then we'll get into it. Alright, I am back. So, let's try this again, shall we? This shouldn't be that hard. I think, like, obviously I proved the first time that we can do it. Just a little bit of a blunder. Yo, what's going on? And welcome back to some more Umamusume. In the last one, we talked about the sprinter stakes, stats you need and stuff like that, how the races were going. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and check out the last one. But today we are back with the 30 wins in a single career challenge. If you've been following along, last time we had this run with Sakura Bakshin, probably the best character to do this with, at least right now. And if we go over here to career, you can see that we got 29 races, 29 wins. Just a mismanagement on my part. We ran out of races that we could run, and we're not able to complete the challenge. So today we're going to try not to do that. We'll probably be running the same deck again. I'll have to see if I can find it. But anyways, let us get into the run, shall we? Also, this event is about to close. We might be able to finish this run before then and do the polls on the wheel, but other than that, I'm already done with the event, so. Alright. Sakura Bakshin. Not much that we need to know about her, right? Straightforward character, pretty easy. I think I'll just use my character. Well, no, I won't. I'm lying. Although I should. Where is my nice nature? So the reason I'm not going to do it is just because I'm greedy and I would love to get a 9-star. So, and my nice nature is my only 3-star. So, if I want to get a 9-star, I got to keep giving myself the chance, right? So anyways, we need to find... You people are all stamina. We probably just want a straight speed. I don't think I've ever seen... It should be illegal for people on your friends list to change their legacy Uma. Because, like, I don't remember what this one was, but it wasn't this. Anyways, do we have a speed? Okay, this one's 8-star speed, huh? I swear I had a 9-star speed, though. think it was maybe... Oh, here's another 8-star. I think it's this Marzinski. Yeah, okay, so this is my only 9-star speed now, huh? It's probably good enough. Like, I could maybe run something else, and obviously, like, at the end, we don't necessarily want to get speed as our spark. Like, we really would rather have probably stamina. Especially since I already have a 3-star power in my nice nature. But anyways, this is what we're going to run just because I want to give us the chance to get that juicy 9-star spark. Now, do I still have the deck that we used? Do I have to remake it? I think I deleted it yesterday. We'll just make a new one here. This deck is very specifically for this challenge. I would not recommend using this deck in normal circumstances. But we're going 5 speed and then a support card. Support PAL card. There's Twin Turbo. And then use my Sweep Tosho. And then we're using the companion card just because it can get you energy back and increase your mood. And then we'll use one of our Kitasan Black friends. So let's immediately move over to fast mode and get to work. We got mile and long, none of those matter. So, since the last time that I played, like over the week of not doing videos and stuff, I've rethought some of my strategies and ideas. And I am now back on not doing recreation early under any circumstances. Now, we obviously just want to press the speed button a bunch, but it would still be nice to first get some of these friendships up. So we'll click pretty much whoever has the most friendships, and since we have 5 speed cards, we're usually going to be clicking on where the most speed cards are. And also wit would be nice to press whenever we can. But it looks like we gotta press guts right now. Do we get energy back from this? No, we get mood up from that. Okay, well there's no one under wit, so we gotta rest. Okay. So we do have the rare acupuncture event. Now, I don't know if people know the exact numbers for this event, but essentially to give you an idea of how this event works, the higher up, the better the rewards generally, but the less likely it is to actually work. And if you go with no and just leave, you do get 10 energy back. So worse, or you don't want to fail, I guess, is the thing. You don't want to pick a good option and fail because it will be bad for you. So if you're scared of failing, you can always pick this one and just cash out the 10 energy. But this one is the charm chakra, which gives you the charming thing for gaining friendships. Now, since we got the event so early, we're definitely going for this. But otherwise, I usually go for this one anyways, because instead of getting 10 energy, you get 20 energy for this one. Plus, it's more likely than not going to work. I don't know what the exact numbers are, but so far I've never failed pressing this button before. I've pressed it like 4 or 5 times. It has worked every single time. So we're going to press it again. And they do give you a chance to rethink. Alright, we got it. You can see that we didn't get the max out of the... Oh, I didn't even realize it gives a mood up, too. That's actually good to know. But yeah, I would recommend usually pressing that button. But if you could go ahead and check what the other rewards are. I know that the rewards can get better, but the punishments get more severe. Anyways, so now we have Charming. If you don't know how Charming works, come on. It makes you just build your friendships faster with your training partners. I think when you train with a partner, it usually gives 7 friendship. It'll now give 9, so just like a little bit over 25% bonus. But let's get back to training. Wit is significantly less valuable while we're already at max energy, so we're just probably looking at the place where the most people are, especially now that we have Charming. It's even better. It doesn't work on the director or the reporter, though. Okay, I did make sure to have everything pulled up because I don't remember what the heck Sakura Bakshin does. So it's either wit or stamina. Part of me wants to click stamina just so we can try and actually get to that 600 stamina to have a chance at the stamina spark. But in all honesty, wit is going to be better for this run anyways, so we'll just take wit. They really want me to click guts here, which I will do. So you can see that the not clicking recreation did work out. Now, we did get lucky. My experience has been that like 50% of the time for the first race, I'll have gotten a mood up. And 50% of the time, I won't. Already being at great is incredibly lucky. So we didn't have to worry about it at all. This one gives you like speed or something, so we'll click that one. But yeah, it definitely seems like a viable strategy. At first, I tried it and I didn't like it, but now I'm back to it because usually for the first few races, like the first race, maybe even the second race, you don't really need a mood up. But I think pretty much 100% of the time since I've been doing this, by the second race, I do get a mood up. So, especially when you're running good cards that give you mood ups like Kita-san Black. Now, this is kind of tough. I feel like I just gotta press wit to just get the energy back. And then you always eat your vegetables, obviously. Okay, we got a lot of people on wit. That seems like an easy wit press. Even though we could get corner adept hint from Kita-san Black here. I think the friendship is worth a little bit more at the moment. Okay, and you saw there that using the companion card, it was another mood up. Now it was a redundant mood up, so it didn't help us in this case. But it is something to take into account that it does just give you free mood ups sometimes. Now, do we really care about getting the friendship up for her as much? It could be nice, especially when you get the recreation for her. It's slightly better than a regular recreation most of the time. But I think I value this more of just saving the energy and not having to click guts, I guess, is another big factor. And this just seems like another click this one because it's got 2 speed cards on it. We already have a rainbow. Normally I wouldn't click the rainbow right now, but because it also has the most people on it, I will click the rainbow. Just because you don't really need the like, you're still looking for friendship training at this point in the game, so even though Kita-san Blacks are really easy to get to orange very quickly, a lot of the times the first few turns of her actually doing friendship training, I'll probably ignore it and instead go for friendship, like gaining friendship with other people. Now, another thing that I've started doing, because I heard that people on the Japanese game do this, and I would not recommend this in all cases, but not really spending your skill points. Because if you think about it logically, over the course of the career, you will get more and more hints. So at the very end of the career is when all the skills are going to be the cheapest that they're possibly going to be, right? So you're going to be able to get more skills than you otherwise would have because you're saving so much. So that's definitely something to take into account. However, if you're going to lose, then it is always better to just actually spend the skill points. Now, for the first race, I wouldn't be concerned about losing at all. So I don't think you should spend skill points before the first race anyways. But I think it's important to, like, even though we might not have the cards to fully implement a strategy like that, where you go all the way to the end of a career without spending skills, which, by the way, I did do it. I tried it, and I did make it to the end of a career without spending any skill points and won. So it is doable right now. I just think you have to get lucky with your stats to actually be able to do that. I don't know why you're on Pace Chaser. You gotta be on Front Runner. But just applying it in other ways, right? Like, not buying a skill before the first race because you don't really need it for the first race anyways, now means that you'll probably get a discounted skill before you actually end up spending any of your skill points, which saves you skill points overall and lets you get more skills. So it's just like something that you can apply without taking it to the complete extreme of spending 0 skill points an entire run. So here's a situation where I would probably not click the rainbow training. Just because we got 3 people here, and that's probably more valuable. Oh, we do need to start getting ready to run races. I realize that's the whole point of this. Obviously, you can't run before the first event. I have no idea what this event does, not gonna lie. Always improve your coaching, huh? Ooh. This top one gives a decent amount of energy back. Oh, also, I realized the first time we did this event, I had a situation come up where I thought that the tool was lying to me about what the events actually give, specifically the recreation ones that you get later on with that companion card. It turns out that the events give different amounts depending on what level the card is, which I did not realize at the time. I now understand that, and I understand that the tool has a built-in way to select what level the card is to accurately give you how much the events are going to do for you. So that was just my mistake the first time. I thought it was wrong. It turns out I just didn't understand how the card worked. Anyways, we should start planning to do races. But we're going to base it off of how good the training for the day is. And that's actually a pretty good training. Is this one better? It's questionable, right? Because this would get special week probably up to orange. Whereas it would maybe be nice to get the director up to green to actually be able to make sure we get our ultimate. So both are pretty good. I'm pretty split here. The problem is the Sweep Tosho, right? The Sweep Tosho is behind everyone else. So it'd be nice to click this to get the Sweep Tosho to kind of get to the same ground as everyone else. And unfortunately, the Guts is giving us more stat. So I think we just gotta click the Guts. So yeah, we're gonna, for the first year, probably be basing how often we run races. Ooh, this kind of sucks. Because this is actually really good. But we can't click that. We're going to be basing it off of if there's good training. Now, the other problem here is when you don't have energy and you run, you're still not going to have energy next turn. So I kind of feel like I should rest. so we actually have the energy ready. But I don't want to make the same mistake I made last time. Like, that's good enough. I really want to start running races. Oh wait, that first one counts though. The debut race counts. I should probably actually put it on the counter. That's good too. Like, if it's at least 2 that we're getting friendship for. But at a certain point, we're not going to care as much anymore. It's weird because it does feel like even though Guts is the worst stat, the Guts button does the most usually, right? Because the Guts gives you power and speed. And it's usually not like insignificant amounts, right? Like you can see here, if we just click speed, we get 14. This gives us 11. Granted, these are speed cards, so they probably have speed bonus on them. Do I click this one? I'm really torn on this, because we could start running, and I really feel like we should start running. I click this. I think at least until the next year, if there's 2 people we could gain friendship with, we should probably click that button. Like, this doesn't count, though, because this has the director. And we really, in all seriousness, probably don't need our ultimate to level up. Because she's probably not going to be in a challenge, so it's actually probably not going to do anything. Her goal is just going to be to run faster than everyone, and that skill is not going to matter. And we probably want to run as many sprints as we can, so then the finals is also sprints. So then we don't have to worry about stamina or anything. Alright, there's another one. So we already got 2. Does this matter if it's not a G1 race? How do these work? I think it's this. Oh, wait, no, that's not it. I don't know where the... Like, I don't know what event this is. Oh, here. Okay, I found it. Okay, so it's the same as the G1 races. It works the same as winning a G1. We got the minus 20. Okay, we might as well do this, though. Give us, the Lone Wolf. Probably shouldn't even look at this, but... Lone Wolf is the one thing that I've kind of, with that strategy of saving skill points, I've made an exception for. I just kind of buy it right before the first race that I have after getting it, because I tried that run where I didn't buy any skills, and I never got a hint for Lone Wolf. And I know you could still get hints for things you've already bought. I don't think I've ever seen a hint for Lone Wolf. So I'm just going to assume that Lone Wolf doesn't have an easy way to get hints, at the very least. So it's probably fine to just buy that one right away, because it's never going to get cheaper. The bottom one is kind of just a useless skill, so I guess we'll just take these stats. It is skill points, so it's something. I think we run the speed here. 2 people that can benefit from it. And then we have a mandatory race coming up. We probably just grab the speed. So this is where I would just grab the Lone Wolf no matter what. Now the question is, do we grab Red Shift? Because Red Shift is obviously going to be probably better than our ultimate for us. Or do I just wait for it to get cheaper? I mean, it doesn't matter. This is probably not going to be a high-ranking career anyways. So I think we'll just grab Red Shift. Because it's going to make us almost unbeatable. Alright, there's 3. Really 1, huh? It's not great. Kind of surprised, especially with just having bought a Red Shift, that it was even close at all. But it was against Maruzinski, who also has Red Shifts. Alright, what do we got? Same dilemma as last time. Probably just want to click this button. So another thing that I've been trying to focus my gameplay around is the new year, because the new year is free energy. It's like a free half rest, essentially. So you want to make sure that you're not resting immediately into the new year, because then you end up wasting energy. And the second year, you want to keep track of the new year, and then you have a day to train, and then you immediately have the raffle, which can get you energy back again. So you want to make sure that you're actually making the most out of those things. Here we can't really do anything, so it's probably just a rest and then spend energy so we can get it back. We're kind of just doing this one for the speed, because the reporter's there too, so it's 2 extra speed. You do get the friendship with Twin Turbo. And then because of this, like, I always pick the energy one, because I think the energy one is the most valuable. But obviously, if you can't get energy, then it's not useful. Alright, do we got anything good? No, I'd say there's nothing good here, so we're running a race. Again, we don't have to run G3s. But this G3 is going to tempt me because I don't have that trophy. I'm gonna run the ones that we don't have trophies in, right? If we can run it, I'm gonna do it. Everyone already knows I'm gonna do it. The only bad thing is we have to do this whole rigmarole of actually watching the race, which we're just gonna skip through anyways, but... How are we doing? Because the funny thing is Maruzinski's in a lot of these races. And she's a pretty good sprinter. But it's not even close. There's a new trophy. Oh my gosh, we got the -20 again. This has to be like one of the best events in the game. It gives you 10 energy and a mood up. It's so good. And then the other option's not even bad. Like, let me see what the other option does. Like, if you happen to have both of those things already, you could get 5 or 10 speed and 1 or 3 hints for straightaway adept. That's not even bad on the other option. But even if I don't need the mood, I tend to go for this energy, because I think it's slightly more valuable than the speed. Okay, do we have anything valuable? I'd say right now, probably not valuable enough, although could probably use some more speed. Let's see if we got a good race to run. And we do have this. Ooh. I could schedule that. I mean, I guess then the question is there another race I want to run after that? Not really, because I just don't want to run 3 races in a row. But maybe I do this just because this is a big number. This is 29, not 27, because of the reporter. I would just really like to get these other people up to orange as well. I think we're so far ahead right now that we should probably just run, right? Because I'm gonna be like, oh, the training is too good for me to run a race right now, and then we're gonna run into the situation again where we don't have enough races done. Which, by the way, is that 4 or is that 5? Oh, I think I might have missed one. We could check though. There's a way to check. It just requires you to count. Oh no. Are you kidding me? Oh, not this. You go here, career. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do have 5. So I forgot to press it. I really wanted to run this race, and we really need to get rid of this migraine. Oh, wait. I didn't realize... I obviously should have trained. I didn't realize we ran a race right before that. So that's bad. I guess we'll cancel that, even though I would have liked to... Ooh, my goodness. So it would be really good to get rid of the migraine, but this button's way too good not to press. Because it'll get Twin Turbo to orange, we get the bonus from that, and then Sweep Tosha will be close. So I messed up, but we're fine. Okay, so we really just need to get rid of the migraine this turn. Because we don't want the migraine siphoning more energy from us. Okay, we got rid of it. There's obviously a chance that you don't actually get rid of it, so that's why you always got to be on your toes. Okay, I'd say there's no great training. And I think we have enough energy that I'm just going to try and run a race. This is the only race... Well, we could run the other races, but no reason to run a harder race than we need to right now. Oh, but the only thing that we do need to take into account is she's required to run a race in 2 turns. It should be fine. The real problem with all this is the races are actually costing us energy. I kind of hate these after race events where they cost you energy. I find them very annoying. Like that. That one I didn't even get a choice. It just took 15 energy from me. At least we got our mood back. We got a little bit of energy from Special Week there. What kind of race is this? It's a mile. I think the only skills we have are sprint skills. Our stamina's bad, but I don't know if it matters. Alright. We're at 7. I think we're ahead of where we were last time when we tried this. Which is good because Last time I made the mistakes later on. So if we have a little bit of buffer. Okay, we got our inspiration, which should just give us a ton of speed. Actually wasn't that good, but I also recently learned about the different colors of inspiration. I didn't realize that those meant anything. Right there, I think we got a gray inspiration, which is the worst. Then there's blue, and then there's gold, so... I'm really tempted just to click this. We don't really want to run another race. So why don't we just take this, get you to orange now. Extra training, always say no, because that's free energy. Okay, do we have everyone at green? I think we're missing one person. I don't remember who it is. Who is it? Look here. There's Silence and Twin. I'm not counting you, obviously. Sweep Tosho. Special week. I think we already have Kitasan Black at orange, so I think that's everybody. So the question is this good enough, or do I instead just rest? Probably good enough. 29 more speed. Oh, she's giving us 3 now, huh? I keep, like, I'm tempted to click on this because of the director, but I realize we really don't need it. We might want to try and get, like, 300 stamina, though. Dance lesson. What does dance lesson give? Where is it? I'm not even seeing it. Oh, there it is. Probably just taking the wisdom from that one. Alright, what are we running? A sprint? I feel like that should be an easy win. I guess it's only the miles that we have stamina problems. Alright, there's 8. So I think at the end of this year, last time, we were only at 10. If we could be a little bit ahead of that. And then they're talking about summer camp. So how many races? We only have 1 more race this year, so we're going to want to run some other stuff. I mean, I have 2 choices, right? Spend my energy and rest, which is not efficient because we're not going to be able to spend down to 50 anyways. Or, like, wit once and race once. Can't run that race. What about next turn? Okay, so neither of them have, like, a valuable race for me to run. So I think I run this turn just because I don't have a valuable training at all. And there's no OP races for me to run, so I guess we're just running the G3. Alright, there's our 9. Oh, right, I forgot this was gonna cost me energy. Okay, it was only 5, though. Class. Okay, so this is the other thing that I've started to learn about. Every character has an event like this, which is essentially the top option is energy, 10 energy, and the bottom option is a gamble between 30 energy and 30 energy, but -5 speed and get slow metabolism, which slow metabolism kind of needs to be gotten rid of, otherwise you can't gain speed from training anymore. From what I've heard, almost everyone just gambles on this, and so far I've been pretty successful with it. So I'd say that it's probably in your favor to gamble, only if you need the energy, right? Like, if you don't need the energy, then it doesn't really make sense to gamble, because then you're just gambling for no reason. But we can definitely use the energy here, so I'm going to go ahead and click it. And we didn't get any afflictions, so we're fine. Otherwise, I could have taken this turn to Infirmary, so it would have been fine anyways. No. Oh. We are running a lot of races, I guess. Huh? Wait, everything kind of sucks, so I'm really tempted to just click Wit here. Just so we don't lose any energy. It gives us a few stats. We can't really run a race today, so... Okay, so the only thing I want to check is obviously I don't run a lot of races normally during summer camp. Like, but that one's a dirt. This one we can't run. That one I've already run. So I'm checking maybe like that one. We could... Oh, this day, none of them are run. So that second day, might try and run one. Because normally, like, it just doesn't benefit you to run during summer camp. And then that one also... Okay, I think we did that one last time. But it really depends on where the trainings lie. And this is actually terrible trainings. I almost don't even want to press this, because I'd rather get bigger numbers and save the energy, but... we gotta get to max speed eventually, so might as well start somewhere. So this turn, I do want to actually check. Okay. I can't not press this button, right? Like, it'd be cool to be able to run that race that we don't have the trophy for, but I'd rather just have twice as much speed as we just did, right? So I would like to get energy back this turn, enough to be able to do something next turn, but we do have this one race I don't have the trophy for, so I think I'm gonna go for it. And we probably shouldn't be too scared to use our stuff. This is a mile. Is it right-handed? We could, in theory, just... No, it's left-handed. But I am going to grab this front-runner thing, because it's already pretty discounted. It can only get discounted by another 10%, and that would take 2 hint levels. So, like, 30% is kind of the point where I'm like, okay, this is pretty much as discounted as it's going to get anyways, so... I find it very acceptable to just pick up something at 30% discount. We're just pretty much trying to spam any skill that could make us win. Alright, it looks like we're easily in the lead. There's number 10. Oh, we lost energy. Yeah, that's the one bad part. You might as well carry logs for the power, I guess. I think power is more valuable than guts. And then here, we just can't press that button, right? It's unfortunate, but it would be way too detrimental to fail there. Now, we could potentially run. The interesting thing about summer camp is your rest turns to rest and recreation, where the rest is only 40, but you do get recreation out of it as well. Unfortunately, we don't need the recreation, so I'd rather just have a normal rest. So I'm almost tempted to just run because of that. I think if we just run, we might as well just run the easiest thing possible, right? Alright, there's 11. Now, we can't run next turn. Which maybe I should have checked. There might be, like, right after summer camp, I might also consistently not run because I'm usually resting, right? So I should have checked first if there was maybe a cool race we could run that I wouldn't normally run. Yeah, I know, but I just want to look. I guess I have run that. Have run that. Haven't run that. Yeah, we could have done that one. Couldn't have done those two. So there was technically something I could have done, but it was a G2. So. Anyways, it seems like a rest turn. There's too much fail chance, so. And we're going to be required. Ooh, a big rest. We're going to be required to run now. We're doing a sprint. So in the G1s, it says our stamina is kind of low, but I think we'll still be okay. Do we have any skills that can make it better? Oh, we can do sprint skills now, I suppose. I just wish we had some hints, maybe. Oh, I didn't mean to press that. Is this right-handed or left-handed? It is right-handed. I think I'd go for the sprint skills, because they're more likely. Okay, we're never going to use that, though, I realize. But this one we will use. And let me check. What do we have left? That's a sprint. 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 So we got 1 mile left, and it's all the way at the end. But it's a pretty short mile. So I'm thinking we'll just like passively have enough stamina for that by the time we get there. Ooh, okay. That's unfortunate. So that doesn't count as a win for us. You can see here, like, if you add up these two distances, we're like a length behind. Not quite, but just probably something random unlucky happened during the race, and that's how it goes. So that was a waste, unfortunately. That did not happen to us last time. We won all the mandatory race. Well, we won every race that we ran last time. So that's unfortunate. Ooh, we get carrots, though. Oh, but we don't need carrots. What does this one give? Energy down, power guts. What does beeline burst do? Oh, I mean, I'll probably actually get beeline burst. I know it's not the greatest skill, but it can at least do something for us. It's really tempting, because this is only 25. It does come with a hint, though. Both of them come with a hint, but I feel like the Kitasan Black hints are really good, usually. I could click this one. The Kitasan Black hint is probably worth more. Front runner, yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, it's kind of low value. But there's no one on wit, so I guess I'm probably... Oh, wait, I should just be running if we're on low value. I keep forgetting, that's like not usually in my mind on those turns. Yeah, I think we're just running this. Why don't we check out what Kita-san Black just gave us? It's already 3 off. It has 2 points in it, so we might just buy them both. And then we're probably just working on Beeline Burst is the best thing we can get at the moment, unless we get like Professor of Curvature from Kita-san Black. Alright, we're trying to make up for that race that we just lost. There we go. And we do have to remember that the URA finale does give us 3 extra races after everything's over. Oh my gosh, we just keep getting the -20s. We did go a 1 -5, but... Do I do this or do I just rest? I suppose I could also run. I kind of want to rest. I think I'm gonna rest. There's a bunch of wit for us. Alright, we got anything good? They really aren't giving us fantastic trainings. We did miss out on one good one, and we did pick one good one. That's kind of it. We're actually pretty close to getting the director to green, even though I'm not trying to do that. I think there's nothing good enough here. We're probably looking at the races. And usually I run the Japan Cup, so... I mean, I guess we did run this at some point. We've already run that. Huh, there's nothing good here. So we can just run this. I think we should. As close as we could get to 15 by the end of this year would be nice. And we can maybe even just like force it the next year if we really want to. Just run a bunch of easy races. Alright, there's 13. Another -20, huh? Okay, here's big numbers though. And that might actually get the director degree. So yeah, we're just gonna do this. And like I said, we're playing around the New Year's and then the raffle immediately after that, so we don't want to be full energy. There's Professor of Curvature. I usually don't run on this day. Is there something? I've never done this race before. I've done that one? Okay. I must have done it like last campaign or something. Let's check. Is there anything on January, early January? Nothing that I haven't run. I feel like we should be fine to just run a race right now. But it has to be the G2. Should be a top contender, but why don't we make sure we get our skills in order. I think definitely Professor of Curvature is a priority over Beeline Burst. Other than that, we don't seem to have any skills that are of value to us. So I could just grab Corner Adept right now, but I know that Kita-san Black can give us Corner Adept hints. So I think we'll just run. Alright, there's 14. We do have above the 70,000 as well. So we might just... Oh my gosh, all that energy. We might just naturally get... Yeah, we just got Director Friendship. Might just naturally get all those things, huh? You want to be healthy, get us all that energy back. And then the next turn will be the Raffle, which has a pretty good chance of giving you at least some energy back. I don't want to do any of these. They're kind of lame, but we can't run this turn. So I think I'm just doing this. Yeah, the directors are green. I guess we could save the energy because this would still give us plenty of room to get energy from the raffle. There's no one here is the problem. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, raffle. Okay, we got the big bushel. It's 20 and stats across the board. Okay, nothing good training-wise. So, it might just be a run a race. We don't have anything super easy to run, so I guess we'll run this. Should be fine. If it says you're top contender, I feel like odds that you win are pretty good. Alright, there's another one. Oh, we gotta remember Inspiration, too. Inspiration's coming, and that's a lot of speed for us. Another minus 20. Okay, so we do get the level up from Valentine's Day. Ah, and then we miss out on a button like that, huh? At 14%, I think it's slightly too high for me to press that. I could go for Wit here. It's not terrible. Let's check out, because this was kind of around where I stopped looking for races. Check if I can maybe run tomorrow. I think I'm going to do Wit. I think we're very well on track to making sure we get our speed maxed out. Alright, let's actually check, though, what we're giving up on. Nothing good. So that's fine. Okay, we do need to keep track. We do have a mandatory race coming up, though. So I can't run tomorrow on this one. Or that one. Just a little bit unfortunate. But at least if we're getting a new race in, then it's worth it. Four off of that, huh? I think there's no reason to grab it right now if I'm off, because I might as well wait for a hint. Alright, let's go here.
注目の一番人気5番桜バクスいざ爆死
足元悪いスタートで各馬娘揃って綺麗なスタートを切りました400を切りました
There's no way Taiki Shuttle catches up here, right?
最終コーナー先陣を切ったのは桜爆心号大気シャトル食い下がる200を通過逃げる
Okay, we're breaking away.
開いていく桜爆心号桜爆心号足色は衰えない強さを見せつけて桜
優等生ですから
There's a trophy. Okay, there's number 16. Oh, I thought it was another -20, but... Ooh. It's not great. What the heck is this? Huh. Okay, I'm not risking that. We could honestly just go for the wit again, which might be a good play. To get us above that 300 so we activate our skills a little bit more. I just always click this one, so I'm not even gonna look it up. This hopefully gets our mood back. Ooh, wow, that's a great one. It was more than just our mood back. Okay, so we are short on stamina, so it might be a good time to pick up a skill that just makes us faster. Ooh, oh no, we already had 30% on that one. Ooh, this could actually help us. Keep the lead on the final corner. Probably better than Beeline Burst, but this one's the best that we can get right now. Alright, there's 17 down. Still have 5 events left just in our campaign. 5 races. So, if we have 5 races left, that puts us at 22. Plus the URA puts us at 25, so we need to run 5 races otherwise. Here's another great inspiration, which is whatever. Neither of those skills really help us. And we did get the ultimate level up. Oh, we also have the recreation available now. Ooh, that's a big number. Pretty sure we're just pressing that. Could have been cool to run that, I guess, but... you know, we can always get these later on as well. Maybe I'll run that, though. I haven't run that either. We'll see. We'll check back in tomorrow, but I think today we gotta click this button. This is too good to give up. Plus it's actually more, because it's gonna be 4 more speed from there. Oh, 5 more. I guess she got to max. Ooh, another big press, and it's 0 failure chance. Oh, she didn't get to max. She gives 5 before she gets to max? I feel like we gotta do this. Well, I just said I should probably run a race today, huh? It's a tough one, right? Because tomorrow there's no good races to run. And surely if we just get like 1 or 2 trainings in during summer camp, we should be close enough to max. I think we run this turn. Now, obviously, if we lost, that would be really bad, but as long as we don't do that.
注目の一番人気6番桜爆心王
人気と実力を兼ね備えた私一押しの馬娘ですね。相性抜群の
抜けるような青空の今スタート3番
Late start.
第4コーナーを進んで直線へ向かう
Are we good?
さあいよいよ直線だどのタイミングで誰が
Don't let her pass you.
まで400最後のコーナー最初に立ち上がったのは桜
I think we're good.
追いすがる西のフラワー桜爆心王早い早いもはや独走状態残り200桜爆心王逃げる桜爆心王突き放せ
Wait, she didn't activate that till 3 steps from the finish? Alright, there's 18. Okay, this one I guess we'll... I don't like this event because it costs energy. Probably just rest this turn. There's nothing good we can run. I think I'd like to have energy just in case. Okay, what about this turn? Could just run that. Doesn't look like there's gonna be any good trainings. Yeah, so I think we'll just run that and then maybe wit next turn before the race. Because we'll want to be ready for summer camp still. Alright, there's 19. We already looked at this. We gotta run next turn. Ooh, but that's really tempting. That's probably just better than a summer camp training anyways. I think I just gotta take this. And we'll just have to figure out summer camp, I guess. Ooh, free energy though. I'm surprised this is we're not seeing twin turbo till this late in the run, but it came at like the perfect time. Should be in a good spot. We haven't been getting any hints for any of these things, so I think I'm just gonna hold off at the moment. Should be able to win this race. And who knows, maybe we'll just end up running more in summer camp than I usually do. That's another easy win for 20. Because we're in a good spot where just one more good speed training will pretty much guarantee us max. Oh, it's 0 turns. Wasn't expecting that, but that's okay. All right.
注目の一番人気
Can we pick up 21? All right, we're at 21 wins now. I think we're in a good spot. All right, what do we got? Probably that is just the button to press, right? Big numbers. Oh, yeah, we can't run anyway, so I'm not even going to worry about it. Okay, we just got to be careful that I don't somehow run us too many turns in a row. Which means we either run right now, or we don't run before those races anymore. I think we run right now is probably the situation. Do I have enough for that skill that I wanted? No. We're still short.
ここは負けられない一番人気10番桜爆心王
Okay. So I think this was kind of the turn that I messed up in the last run, where I had nothing good to train, but I decided not to run anyways, when I probably should have. But now we're at 22. And now we just need to not run this next turn, and we should be good to go. Minus 20 kind of hurts my feelings, but it is what it is. Okay, well, I guess we're just resting. Much more energy back. We can't use Gourmand, right? It's a pace chaser thing? Yeah. But I am thinking that we just grab this right now. Let's make it even harder for anyone to ever beat us. The real question is, do I want to try and get 1200 speed before the finale, or do I want to just let the finale get me up to 1200 speed? I guess it just kind of depends on what buttons they give us. If they give us like one button that gives me like 40 or more, then I'll press it. Otherwise, I will not, most likely. I might press some wits, though, which will get us a little bit of speed along the way. Alright, there's 23. It's surprising, I mean, I guess because we're doing a lot of easy races, but we have such little fans, and we're on 23 wins. Okay, we still have 2 events left in our campaign, which gets us to 25, then 3 from the finale, which would get us to 28. So we need 2 more races. I'm sure we can find a place to put in 2. I'll probably try and put in a few extra just in case of disaster. Because, like, this run is not supposed to create a good runner, right? It's supposed to complete the challenge. So we should probably just make sure we complete the challenge. There's nothing we could do except for run. Our stamina's bad for this? I think we should be fine. Okay, that's good enough. I guess as far as sprints and miles go, there's not very many, like, high-profile races either. Like, I think the next one that we're running, the Mile Challenge, is probably the biggest one. And this Sprinter's Stakes is also decently big, but other than that, you don't have a whole lot that's giving you fans. Okay, so we got 3 turns till that race. I'm definitely gonna press that button. We can't run again because we just ran twice in a row, so I'm pretty sure it's just this button, get maxed out speed, essentially. Close enough. And then we're pretty much just done training. The training is maybe gonna be like get wit. Okay, that's a decent wit, but let's see what we can run. Should just run the easy race. Because now there's no training that we care about. Nothing trumps running races anymore. But hold on, the thing we gotta be careful about is can't run too many races in a row. So if I run now, I can't run next turn. Actually, a lot of dirt races on this single day. And it must be like Urara that has to run this one or something. I've never even run this race because it's right before... Well, first of all, it's on the day of the Queen Elizabeth, which is better. But it's right before the Japan Cup. So I think the safest thing to do would be to just run today. Do whatever tomorrow. Run the mandatory race. Maybe run immediately again. Should be easy. Alright, there's 25. I think it should be really hard for me to mess it up from here, but last time we figured out a way, so... Might even just be a rest, just because we have no energy. You don't have anyone to sprint to race her? Do you not have a King Halo or a Maruzinski or even an Air Groove? I assume that just means you only have Bakshin ready for it. But yeah, I've just been doing the whole event with Maruzinski. Okay, we can't run on this day. There's no reason to risk the fail chance. Let's just rest. Like, we just win the challenge if I don't do anything stupid. Alright, should I just get straight away adept now? They're not giving me any hints for anything, so... I think we just get that. Makes us a little bit faster, a little bit less likely we lose anything. You only have King Halo. I made a really good King Halo for the event too, but the Maruzinski and King Halo that I have are pretty even, so I just use the Maruzinski. Okay, so after this, we have 3 more days. The goal would be to get in at least 2 more races on those 3 days. Okay, there's race number 26. Yeah, I know, a Legend Race you can't use the same character that they have, but you can use the same character for, like, you can use Maruzinski in multiple different Legend Races. So we probably just wanna... Yeah, I'm aware. This boxtion is not for the event. This boxtion is exclusively to do the 30 wins in a single career. I just decided to... Because we started the stream off by doing the Sprinter Stakes stuff and talking about characters, so I decided to do another challenge with a Sprinter. But this boxtion is not going to be running in the event at all. Do we have anything that I can run? No. Well, let's plan it out, because usually I don't run around these days. Is there any races that I want to run? No. Oh, wait, it's only 2 days? Ah, I was off by 1. So we should just run both of these days. Yeah, I've only done 20 pulls for horses. And I did 200 for Kita-san. So I understand where you're at. Right now I have a lot of carrots saved up. So I also am lacking on the horse front. But I would just take your King Halo and make a good King Halo to be able to... Like, if you have a really good Bokshin, just use the Bokshin for everything and then make a King Halo that can race against the Bokshin. And that's it. Other than that, just remember, like, participating in the event is going to give you, like, at least half the possible rewards anyways, so it's not a disaster if you can't do it. Was there anything easier to run? Yes, right here. Oh wait, no, I can't run next. I can't run tomorrow again. Did I forget to bump up the counter when we won that last race? I think I did, but I don't think it should matter.
15番桜爆信号
実力は完全に上位です。
優等生ですから
I think, like, as long as we just win the finale, which we should be able to do, because it's going to be sprints. I guess I could also just, like, force another race right now, even though it could negatively affect her.
私は晴れの日が好きですなぜなら走りやすいからです
But I think we don't need to. I think it's just fine. We just assume we're going to win everything from now on. And I don't know, just go wit so we can activate our skills. I'm pretty sure we're at 28 wins, but
長距離だってお任せを
I'm not positive, so I'll leave it at 27. Okay, so our speed's maxed. Is there any skills I'm still looking for? I mean, maybe right-handed. Are these races going to be right-handed? We'll probably finish out the beeline burst. I guess we could get Fluster Frontrunners just to get... Oh, we could use this to give us some more energy, I suppose. We're just going everything on wit now for the rest of the run, I think. Frontrunner corners.
委員長コールをしたいという皆さんからの熱い視線をその期待見事答えてみせますよ
I got you. If you wait till this run's over, I can show you the King Halo that I made. Or I also have a if you want to see how I made that King Halo. But like I was saying, in PvP, the Maruzinski that I have for Sprint and the King Halo are both on the Sprint thing together. And they tend to like kind of trade back and forth who actually wins the race. So I know that she's almost or as good or better than my Maruzinski. I think it's mainly just like if you have access, like depending on how good you got your Kitasan Black, if you have access to a decent Super Creek, as long as you get Swinging Maestro, it'll kind of solve a lot of your stamina problems for the entire run. Alright, there's 28. And also, just like having the one stamina card in the run does a lot for just getting you extra stamina. Yeah, I think we're just wit maxing right now. Is there any reason for me to not do this? Yeah, after this run, I'll show you the cards that I use for King Halo. And I was just using, like, what I had, so... Oh, what was I gonna get? I was gonna get the stamina thingy. Although it would probably just be nicer... Like, most courses do have an uphill. I don't really need the beeline burst. This could also be cool. You can get 2 points in that. Whatever. I don't think it matters. We're just gonna win, and then it is what it is. Okay, so like I said, I think we might already be at 30, but either way, if we win the next race, then we made it. We'll get the wit, proc our skills as much as possible. And then we got 3 alarm clock uses, just in case everything goes wrong. I'll spend them all right here just because I'm unsure if we have the thing or not. Why don't we watch the race just for fun? Okay, of course, we got a late start, which is terrible for front runners, but it's going pretty badly at the moment. We might actually lose this one, just because of the late start.
さあ激しい先行争いで前に出たのはミホのブルボン17番並びかけてきた早くも激しい競り合い内を回って4番1馬身離れて桜爆信号さらにオグリーキャップ少し離れてジンボリルドルフそれを見るように12番外からマルゼンスキー成田ブライアン並んでくるそしてそのうち7番まもなく第4コーナー
Okay, we're catching up. Maybe.
この直線で勝負が決まるぞまだ1馬身以上の差があるぞ
She popped a whole bunch of skills, but she didn't really do anything with it. There's her ultimate. She's not going anywhere. Okay, so she lost. I feel like she's just not trying. Oh, she's finally doing something. I don't think she has enough space, though. Oh my gosh, I think she won. I'm pretty sure she won. She actually got ahead at the last millisecond. Alright, well there it is. I'm sure that has to be at least 30. Let's finish up the campaign here. Make sure we actually got the reward. And then we can go talk about the sprinter stakes a little bit. Wait, that card gives you things after you beat... It gives you stats after you beat the campaign? I didn't realize. Okay, let's hope for like a power spark, maybe? Probably not, but... I don't think it matters because I don't think you're ever going to be used for anything. But grab both of those, sure. Can you afford anything else? No. She just decided to proc like 6 skills in the last straightaway, and it just barely got her ahead. It's even worse than our last one. Actually, it's pretty close. I don't know which one's better. And we got nothing. Oh, wait, she did beat it. By 4 points. Amazing. Wow, we were... Okay, so I didn't count wrong. Jeez. Well, we got it exactly then. We did 31 races. Unfortunately, we lost that one career-specific race. We got the 30 wins. So we do get the challenge done, at least. Also, let me see if I could... I don't know if you could still do spins after the event ends. I'll have to go check. I guess she's technically better. So, where's the other one? Oh yeah, 4 more points. Okay. Although, it kind of sucks having 2 front runners. Yeah, 31 races, because I lost one of the career races. I was trying to get 30 wins. You have to get wins, so... Okay, let's make sure we got the challenge, but I'm pretty sure we did. Collect our dailies real quick. Alright, there it is. A career playthrough with at least 30 wins. We did it. So, we got our revenge on that challenge after only getting 29 wins last time. We came back and got the 30 this time. That's gonna do it for this one. We were doing more sprints today because of the sprinter stakes. Obviously, I don't think that Sakura Bakushin is gonna be used for anything. Well, I guess she's on my PvP team now for who knows how long. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Okay, that was just wrapping up the video of doing the 30 wins. We have 500 G1 races. Okay, let me... This event ends in 4 minutes. Let me do the spins real quick, because I don't know if you could still do them after the event ends. And then we'll go over to King Halo. Can you? Does anyone know? Do you know? Did he keep spinning after the event ends? You probably can. I imagine that they give you like a grace period of a few days to use whatever things you have, but... Okay. We used all the stuff. That's it for the event. It ends in 4 minutes. So we could get rid of this click counter, I suppose. I'm kind of curious. I'm gonna leave the thing there. And then when we bring it up next time, I want to see what happens. So, let's talk about our King Halo.
今日こちらが歴代の評価点です。
As you can see, I have exactly 15 horses, so I can field a full PvP team. You have to speak to. I assume you could use them after the event. Most games let you use things after the event. So the Maruzinski that I'm using for the event is this one, which I was lucky enough to get the S in Sprint, and that's the reason that I'm using her instead of the King Halo. You want to definitely have the maxed out speed on anyone you're using for the sprinting event. And then I had kind of low stamina, but with the Super Creek and the Swinging Maestro, I guess I also took one straightaway recovery. That was enough to get me through the whole campaign, because Maruzinski does have to run the Arima Keenan. And I did win the Arima Keenan in my run. Where is it? It's the year before. Yeah, right here. I won the Arima Keenan, even though it's a long race. So it should be perfectly doable on King Halo as well. And then kind of low power, but I was going mainly for wit. And I was just kind of using this card. You might even have something better. This is not one of the good cards, but I didn't get enough copies of one of the good cards, so I was just using this one. Using a Friend's Kitasan Black, a base level Super Creek. This from the event, you might not have it if you were rerolling. It sounds like maybe you were rerolling for Kitasan Black, I'm not sure. And then Sweep Tosho, not even maxed out, and Twin Turbo. So that's what Maruzinski looks like. Now, King Halo is actually my highest rated horse, because apparently that run I had the best run that I've had. So here's the abilities that I went with on King Halo. Behold Thine Emperor's Divine Might if you have someone with a support Rudolph. That's a pretty good one for Pace Chasers. Or late, depending on which one you're using her, but I think it's probably good for both. Targeted Sight if you're going to be really high rated. And Pace Chasers, most people tend to be on Pace Chasers, so Targeted Sight's pretty good. And if you have the Sweep Tosho, I always run Lone Wolf on anything that's PvE. The Lone Wolf might also help you with the Sprinter Stakes. I think what I've noticed so far is none of the Sprinter Stakes races have made it so Lone Wolf didn't go off. So, like, because how Lone Wolf works is it only goes off if no one else has it. And most NPCs don't run it, so it's a pretty safe skill to just give you a boost. And then Professor of Curvature, which you'll get from your Kitasan Black. Homestretch Haste, just another really good one for sprinting. And then you can see I ran 2 gold gold stamina skills with the Swinging Maestro from Super Creek. And then Gourmand. Where does that one come from? I don't actually know. That might just be something that King Halo can get as a Pace Chaser. Unless it comes from this card, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I could be wrong about that. But yeah, if you have the 2 stamina skills, and it looks like I got to 600 stamina, which I was just running a single stamina card with the base level Super Creek. So you should be able to get to high enough stamina. The event card, this one, the special week card, that's possible. I always forget where it comes from. But yeah, you could see that I got enough stamina, and I mean, as long as you have access to a second stamina skill, you should be perfectly fine. And you just have to get through the early game with her, right? Oh, I guess my URA finals was medium. But her races, she starts with a mile, then she has a few mediums, and then she has to run a long, and then she gets down to a sprint. Some of these might be optional. I don't know which of the ones I ran are optional. Obviously, the Japan Cup is optional. But yeah, she's kind of all over the place, so I guess you want to get the stamina skills as early as possible, and then maybe get the speed skills later. Or even get them after you win the finale. and just make sure you could actually win the races. And then I grabbed these two because I thought they'd be good for the event specifically. Pretty much just frenzying the front runners and also fatiguing the people in the front. Because I figured that most of the racers were going to be front runners. Because Sakura Bakshin is... I can't remember if Taiki Shuttle is. Taiki Shuttle might be a pace chaser. So actually they might mostly be pace chasers. Although Curran, I'm pretty sure, is a front runner, right? So yeah, I mean, that's what I did. I got a decent amount of stats, and this was my highest rated horse, so I guess I just had a really good run. I know a lot of people find King Halo annoying to train, so maybe I just got really lucky on this run. Obviously, I've done other King Halo runs, and they didn't go quite as well, but I think I've only done these 3 King Halo runs. I don't know if I've done... Maybe I've done like one more than that. But I guess maybe I just got really lucky for this one. But it's definitely doable. And if you could get like the sprint or a turf spark, that'll make you even better. Or like a pace chaser spark, get it to S. If you could get one of those to S, you'll be even better. Like that's the reason I'm using Maruzinski instead, is because I have an S on sprint. But yeah, I think the things that are important for the actual sprinting, which you probably already know because you're using your Bakshin for it, is the wit, the speed, and maybe a little bit of power. The thing that's important for her actually winning her career is the stamina. So it's a little unfortunate, but you can see that it's doable with the 1 stamina card. But I do think this is a 9-star support stamina, like 9 stamina. And then I think my nice nature... Wait, what do you have? Okay, yeah, the nice nature doesn't have any stamina, but this is the same Rudolph here. So I have 3 stamina on this side and then 9 on this side. So that's 12 stamina stars that I used to make this run happen. So you might, if you have a guest that has 9 stamina, you might want to use that. That'll definitely help you, especially every single inspiration giving you like 90 plus stamina is really nice. Makes it so you don't have to train stamina as much. Yeah, let's pick up all of our stuff. Oh yeah, I spent... You have 8 stamina. That's probably good enough. I mean, it's... You miss out on 12 stamina, I think, from it. Also, I don't know if you know about this, but if you're looking... I think there's probably a website for you to get good friends that have, like, high stamina or, like, high sparks. But if you don't want to do that, you can always go over to Team Trials, click this little eye next to Team Trials, and then you can either look at everyone in your class and, like, it'll show you the top 100 people in your class, and you can click on them, be like... Usually the top few people have their friends list completely full, but here we're in class number 5. Oh, this guy has his friends list completely full. But the people in the top 100 tend to have good sparks. So you could look at this guy and be like, what sparks does he have? He has 9-star power spark. And then just add that guy. If he wasn't full, you could add him immediately. Also, you could go over to all, and it'll show you the people at the very top. Okay, for some reason it's not... I don't know why this guy from class 5 is... Why is the guy in class 5? I guess he's just in first? That's crazy. The guy in class 5 is just straight up in first. Anyways, but if you go over to all, it'll show you people that are in class 6 as well. And then you can find some good sparks there.
コースを走
What new titles did I get? Bunch of G1 races.
いけいけ
I'm getting through the trophies. Obviously, the EX keeps adding new trophies, like every single legend race.
自分の足で走るのも気持ちいいけど
Yeah, I'm very torn about what to use the carrots for because I spent 20 or 30,000 on Kita-san Black, and I didn't like I got the expected value, right? I pulled one and then I grabbed one with the pity. And since I've only done 20 rolls for horses, I would really like to do horse rolls, but I think I have to because I didn't get enough of my cards uncapped. I'm kind of still lacking on that. Like the gold cards that are good, like I'd like more Daiwa Scarlets, like more Manhattan Cafes. I didn't get any Mayano Top Guns, I didn't get any Marvelous Sundays, I didn't get enough Aishin Flash, I didn't get enough Sweep Tosho, I didn't get enough Matikane Fuku Kitaru, didn't get enough Narita Taishin. Those are pretty much the best ones. So I really want to pull cards again, so I'm thinking about pulling on Super Creek. I want to do like another 200 pulls on Super Creek with what I have saved up. And then go from there. But then I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the horses that I actually want after that. So I don't know. It's kind of like, should I do the responsible thing of get more support cards to make me stronger overall? Or should I get horses? So I'll have to see. I'll probably wait until Super Creek comes around in like 10 days or so and then make my decision. But it seems like a good idea to try and get like at least 2 more Super Creeks. You're gonna pull for Sayud Sky. That's one that I've been considering. I understand that she's like the best front runner, or at least the best parent for front runners for like ever. I'm not that big of a fan of her design, so I'm kind of torn because I would really like to have the character that's really good at parenting front runners, but at the same time, like, she's just kind of meh to me. So the ones that I'm looking forward to, and I guess what's the best way to kind of like look at? I guess we can't see like some of the special event ones. No, not this. It's this. But I'd like... Oh. I always accidentally click on this menu. I'd really like to get the Summer Marazinski, because she's good. And also Marazinski was like the first horse that I pulled, so I kind of a fan of her. And then... Let's see if the other ones are on the list. I think they are. I want to get Manhattan Cafe. I want to get Aishin Flash. And then I think the other one is the Christmas Ogre Cap. But obviously that one's not going to be on the list. Those are kind of the ones I'm looking at. I have no idea if that's going to be possible, so we'll see. Obviously, ideally, you don't want to spend too much money. I'm not a whale or anything. I'm just like a minnow. I'll spend a little bit if I have to, but try not to. But yeah, I'll have to see. Like, it really depends on how much stuff they give out, right? Because assuming I get a 30,000 for Super Creek, like, what are the odds I'll actually be able to pull for Seiyun Sky at the start of September? Probably pretty unlikely. Also, it was kind of lame that the Kitasan Black rates were only 0.5%. At least the Super Creek rate will be 0.75. So it's a lot more likely that in 200 pulls you could pull 2 of them. Although, like, there's an alternate reality where I could have had more Kitasan Blacks because I pulled 3 Satano Diamonds. If I had swapped how many Kitasan Blacks and how many Satano Diamonds I pulled, I'd be sitting at a 3 limit break Kitasan Black right now instead of a 1 limit break Kitasan Black. So that's how it goes, though. I'm not too upset about it. I got really lucky with how many SSR cards I got, so I can't be upset about it. I just honestly probably would have preferred more duplicates of the SR cards, though. I'm not understanding exactly what you're saying. 2 pickup is 1.5? I wish you could open the rates in game, but you have to go to a separate browser to do it. But the rates at the the rates no matter what are 3%, at least in this version. Oh, why did... No, I didn't do anything. Why does it show you this if you have 0? Okay, thanks, I guess. Thanks for the 0 clovers. But the rate no matter what is 3% for SSRs in the global version. Unless it's higher in the Japanese version, and I don't understand. But the Kitasan Black banner felt really bad for everyone because it was 0.5% for Kitasan Black, 0.5% for Satano Diamond, and then the other 2% was everything else. But going forward, everything is gonna be 0.75%. So like this card right now is 0.75%, and then the others are all 2.25%. And when Super Creek comes out, she's going to come out with Tazuna. So both of them are going to be 0.75 at the same time, and the remainder is going to be 1.5. Which, as far as I understand, it's the exact same thing that happened on the JP server. That Kitasan Black was a lower rate. It was only 0.5% for the rate up. And people didn't like that, so then they changed it afterwards, which is, I think, the exact same thing they're doing on the global server. So unless I misunderstand, I think they're just following the same pattern. They knew that everyone was going to be upset about it, but they just followed the same pattern anyways and didn't change how they did it.
私の走りが誰かの憧れになっているのなら、お姉さん、もっと頑張っちゃうわ。
Also feels bad because I feel like there's not a great way to farm carrots anymore. I feel like most people kind of exhausted every way to get carrots in the game. Obviously, I still have some trophies left, but that's not a whole lot in the trophies. And a lot of the challenges, like, you're really only getting any carrots from the dailies, the daily login, and then the weekly team trials thing, which isn't even a lot. Like, the promotions are good. But like once you, I guess retention, I didn't realize how retention for class 6 is the highest. I didn't realize that. It's better than promoting to class 6. I suppose that makes sense because I'm easily going to get promoted to class 6, but there's no way I'm going to retain class 6. So, but at least I'll be like probably cycling. I'll be promoting and then demoting and then promoting and then demoting. What is CM? Oh, challengers meeting? There's no way that I'm competing in that. Like, not seriously. I heard that challengers meeting, you get a lot of the rewards just for participating anyways. I'm more casual. Like I enjoy getting into like the fine tuning and numbers and trying to do my best and stuff, but I'm not gonna get that competitive. Multiplayer or the PvP is definitely my least favorite part about this game. I really only do it because all I have to do is press like C. So I'm fine with team trials, and I'll participate for rewards in challengers meeting, but I'm not gonna go crazy. I might even build like a specific evil nature just to try and help me, but I haven't even decided if I'm gonna do that yet. But I'm definitely not gonna take it seriously in a nightmare. I think the stream keeps disconnecting at the moment, which is unfortunate. I also heard that the gold ship event that's coming up in a week is supposed to give a lot of stuff. Yeah, I mean, you just go for the stuff you can easily get, right? But apparently the gold ship event, I just saw like a comment about it. Someone said you get like 5,000 carats from it. No idea if that's true or not. You'd have to look up the event more carefully, but that would be nice. Oh, it's after 4. I meant to check. Oh, they never redid these. I'm waiting to see what the star pieces is gonna be. Because there's no real reason for me to buy this right now. I know that it gets good in the future, but might as well just buy the star pieces. At least for me, I feel like that's the best. I should also get the follower slots, but... I was kind of curious, can you still access... Yeah, it looks like you could still access this if you wanted to as well. You might even still be able to pick up event missions that you had already completed. And maybe even watch the stories that you hadn't watched yet. I almost completed the previous event, the 1.4 million. But I guess it was a lot easier in this event. In mode 3. Oh, you mean, whatever these are called. Scenarios. I assume that the scenarios kind of line up with these updates that are like updates to how the game actually works. But maybe not. It's also a little bit more confusing because it's sped up. I guess I could do my team trials stuff real quick. I also need to get more support cards, but I don't have enough money to level up all these stupid support cards. Like, here Maruzinski beat King Halo, but half the time King Halo wins. I have no idea why, but this Marikane Fukukitaru is the best member of this team, always. I feel like she's not even that good, but she just always wins. This team always loses, too. And I'm not really sure why. I think they just don't have enough stamina to be in the long races. Are you talking about King Halo specifically, or who are you talking about? Okay. I mean, she still did the best out of everyone, but they lost pretty badly. Oh, you just mean all the characters you build are just not that good? I mean, I don't feel like mine are that great either. I don't know where you're at, but you saw the list of all of my high scores. Pretty much everything is like jam-packed into A. The Nice Nature is only lower because I refuse to train Nice Nature because she's my only 3-star right now. 3-star Spark, so I don't want to train her and then have 2 3-star Nice Natures or something stupid. I would rather go for a 9-star. But other than that, everyone's like jam-packed in the little area between A. I can't quite break into A+. But I consistently land in A with, like, everyone. I think, like, part of it's a support card problem. I obviously think I could play a little bit better, because my knowledge is not fantastic. But, like, I don't even have the... I sweep Tosho, because the other ones are just... I didn't get enough duplicates. Oh, but that time Agnes Tachyon won. Alright, we lost. What about you? What does that mean, so everywhere? I think we're probably done for today. I completed everything that I wanted to do for today. We finished up this. Tomorrow is Bakushin. Yeah, I think that's it for today. I don't know if if I should play this game tomorrow again. I think I might play something else. Especially since I'm not making a lot of progress right now. Just kind of in a rut. Oh, you see everywhere. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about building it too. I just haven't gotten to it yet. Partially for the reason that I just gave, where I don't want to train Nice Nature while Nice Nature is my only 3-star. But also, I would kind of like to wait until I have slightly better cards, and if I could get slightly better cards from the Super Creek banner, then maybe after that I could train like a good evil nature that I could do decently in the races and still debuff everybody. Although I don't know, do you want the evil nature to be slow so she's like in the back? Does she get a benefit out of being behind everyone else with the debuff skills? She might. I'm not actually familiar with all the debuff skills. So maybe you want her to be worse? But you still need to win her career, or at least get far in the career for it to be any good. It's no problem, it's just, I'm not that great at guessing what every typo is supposed to be. Is Nice Nature good? No, I just mean, I think she's really only good for the evil debuffing thing. But I meant more like how do you want her to be bad so she stays in the back of the race, I guess. Because, is there any good way to see the debuff skills? Maybe if we just look at Nice Nature, I know she has some. Like this one. What does this one do? See, this one requires them to, I guess she needs to be right behind them for that, so she needs to be able to keep up. What about this? This one doesn't matter either. And I guess none of them. It requires you to be like a little bit behind, but not really far behind. Also, I haven't really done like any of these raised potentials. I feel like these raised potentials are baits though. Like I went through like every single character to click on to see like what you would get from the raised potentials. And I guess like they could be okay if you're running that's maybe I was looking at it in the wrong context. Because I was like, if you look here at Majiro McQueen, it gives you a long skill. I was like, well, a long skill's not really good for the career mode. But it's not about the career mode, it's more about like if you're making a long runner, then it's good. Maybe they are better than I was giving them credit for. Because I was looking at them and I was like, Oguri Cap's the only good one because she's got a bunch of generic skills that you get out of it. Like Corner Connoisseur and Gourmand because she's always going to be a pace chaser. But yeah, maybe my understanding is not that good of these. I guess my Ano Top Guns... I just don't know if this is like a good skill or not. I have no understanding of some of the skills in this game. Like all the ones that are like, oh yeah, make yourself better at breaking out of the pack, like sound good in theory, but do they actually work? Because like it always feels bad to lose because you get boxed in, but do you actually like push them out of the way if you have skills like that? Or do you still just get boxed in and lose anyways? This skill just seems bad, right? Unless, I guess normally you would be running her late. But if you get her to Pace Chaser, it's not good anymore. Who do you build on front? Majiro? McQueen here? Or, I don't know, Top Gun. I always build Top Gun on front, and then I think I always just go Pace Chaser with Majiro. But there is the thing that you gotta take into account, where the different racing styles take different amounts of stamina. I don't know why the game doesn't tell you about it. But like Front Runner takes has like a 0.95 multiplier to stamina. Pace Chaser has, I think, just a 1. And then like, what is it? Late Surger has like a 0.9 or 0.85 or something. And then End Closer has like a 0.9. So like these two take less stamina. So I feel like a Late Surger is like one of the best based on stamina requirements. And then Front is pretty good because it has less stamina requirement than Pace, and you also don't get boxed in as much. My favorite is Front Runner. I feel like Front Runner is just the easiest though. And then just the Late Surger and End Closer are just like the most nerve-wracking. Because you're in the back the whole time and you're just hoping that you're actually going to be able to pass them.
イケイケの勝負服を着ると心もノリノリになっちゃう。早くかっ飛ばしたいわね。ターフを疾走するスーパーカー。
Anyways, I should probably call it there. I gotta go build stuff. Yeah, that you don't really need power for Front Runners as much, which is nice. Wit is also pretty good on... I guess, I mean, Wit is just useful on everyone to just spam your skills, but Wit is more of a luxury thing. But yeah, I should get going. I'll probably be on tomorrow again. I don't know if you want to stop by. I don't know if I'll be playing this game, though. I think I have another game that I want to give a try tomorrow, so we'll see. But anyways, good luck with your training. Hopefully you get that King Halo into a good spot. Yeah, no problem. Feel free to stop by and ask questions whenever you want to, and hopefully everyone as a whole could get better at the game. I mean, I'm sure that we're already way better than the Japan server was in the first month of the game. So the spread of information, especially with people already having had experience, is pretty quick. But anyways, yeah, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for talking to me, and hopefully I'll see you around. But either way, hope you have a good one, and I will see you next time.